there, welcome into the first edition of the SAU Baseball Coaches Show for 2016. I'm Daniel Gallegos, joined alongside head baseball coach Steve Browning. And Coach, this being the first Coaches Show of the year, obviously the 2016 season is upon us, getting started this weekend. How exciting is that to know that opening day is this weekend after going through the fall practices and then on in, coming back from Christmas break, getting prepared through the spring practices, knowing that you open up this weekend?
Well, it's exciting. You feel like August when you report this day will never get here, and then you look up and it's upon us. Wish we were playing last weekend when it's 75 and sunny, but we weren't. But it's game week, and I think the mindsets are different. The energy levels are going to be different as you're not preparing for an inter squad. You're not preparing for just a normal practice. You're preparing to actually get on the field and face another color uniform. So I know our guys are excited about that, and as coaches we are too. You put in all that hard work, and as a coach, you want to see the fruits of the labor, and as our reward as coaches this weekend is we get to ride a lineup and sit back and watch the guys respond to what they've done for the last 4 months.
And then this opening, called opening day, but really opening weekend, you're going to Grand Prairie, Texas once more to play in an event for the second year. Last year was known as the Quick Trip Classic. This year it's the SAU D2 Classic at the ballpark at Grand Prairie. A little bit of a mouthful, but still played at a great venue, all turf field. Kind of a nice minor league / independent league stadium feel to it. So a little bit maybe of an upgrade to what some of these players experience in college, and kind of a chance to feel a little bit more big time. Open your season with that. You're welcoming in East Central University, Washburn, and then also Cameron University coming in. Not as many teams as last year, but still quality opponents all in region. Talk about just the teams that are in it and mixed in with you.
It is. It's quality in-region opponents. We'll get 4 games in 2 days. And you're right. Last year it was a 4-day, 8-team tournament. This year we were a little late just with the logistics of it and weren't able to get as many teams secured because we were a little late on things. But everybody was excited about it. We were able to get 4 teams this year. We've already got 8 teams confirmed for next year, and it'll be back to a 4-day tournament. So it went off really well last year. Look for it to go off well this year. Like you said, it is a beautiful place to play. One of the reasons why I play in there is just because unless it's just pouring down rain or thunder or whatever the case is, you've got a venue where you can play because of the turf. And that's the main thing. Early in the year, you want to make sure you get your games in, and that's one of the reasons why we're going there. But we'll show up, and we'll play the first game on Friday, 11 o'clock against Cameron. And so we'll play 2 games that day, 2 games on Sunday, and look for it to be good competition early in the year to kind of see who we are.
The preseason polls for the Great American Conference came out. You're picked first. Also, some of the national polls, anywhere between in the 20s up to 15, I think, as high as we go in the preseason polls across those 4 that are put out for D2. So obviously, the expectations are there again for your baseball team. There's some faces and names that we're familiar with from last year that are coming back. Just some guys off the top of our head: Hunter Mayo, Landon Simpson on the mound as far as starting guys. And then the lineup, Billy Germain, Justin Buchanan, just a few to mention there. So obviously there's holes to fill with some new guys. Maybe give us a little bit of insight on some guys that we can expect upcoming that we haven't heard about till now.
Right. Well, on the hitting side, you got Billy Germain returning, first team All-Conference last year, led us in a lot of categories, home runs. So we feel good about having a guy like that back. Buchanan, anytime you get a guy back that's been a catcher going into his 4th year, that's big for us. So we feel really good about that. And then Trevor Rucker has been a mainstay in our lineup for the last 2 years and will be this year as well. So you look at it, oh man, you only got 3 hitters returning, but we had a couple guys step up in our program, and we really felt like we brought in some key components of what we were trying to do offensively. We're going to put some guys out there that are kind of big and strong and have some power. I think we're going to surprise some teams. People know we're normally athletic and fast, but we're going to be probably a little faster this year and more athletic than we have been the last couple of years offensively. On the pitching side of it is probably our strength. Returning, like I said, Landon Simpson, Hunter Mayo, which both saw obviously huge innings and huge games for us last year. But not just them 2, but with Travis Johnson back, who was our closer last year, and Jared Fielden back, who came on strong for us. And we've got a good mix of guys like Jace Powers and Kenny Tabers that saw action for us last year. And then when you sprinkle in a few of those new guys, which we feel really good about, we feel like our staff is going to be really good. And not to mention a guy like Timmy Buchanan, who has been the #1 in that role for many years and, got injured last year. At some point we expect him to be back in full tilt. And when he gets back, that just kind of be a boost for our pitching staff. So we feel good about that and look forward to getting these guys on the field.
We appreciate it very much for your time again. Head baseball coach Steve Browning, he and his Mule Riders are set to open up the 2016 season this upcoming weekend in Grand Prairie, Texas. It's the SAU D2 Classic at the ballpark in Grand Prairie. It should be a great 2 days, great competition out there. Mule Riders will be playing 4 games over those 2 days. Be sure to check MuleRiderAthletics.com for all your pre and post game coverage for this weekend. Coach, appreciate it. Best of luck and ready for the season.
Ready to go.